Hey guys, welcome back to Motorcycle Maintenance Channel. On this episode, we're going to be doing tire comparison and tire reviews. This is an extremely popular subject. I see it talked about all the time in the riding groups on the internet. What tires should I buy? Well, I'm going to give you my opinion. So, first, let's look at the two tires we're comparing today. Today, it is a Dunlop Q5s dual compound tire and a Pirelli Supercorsa SC3 single compound tire. I know that might seem like an apples to orange comparison, but I'm going to tell you right now why I went this way. I have always ridden Dunlops, sorry. I know Q5 is their new iteration, but I've always ridden Dunlops. It's always been one of my favorite street tires. I have tried the Q4, which is their single compound tire, and I've had a bad experience with it. Came off the track because the tires take a while to warm up. I almost feel like you need a tire warmer with the Q4S, and I didn't feel comfortable with it on the street, so I got the Q5S. Before this, I was with the Q3 Plus. So this is like the new iteration of the Q3 Plus. Great tire, love it to death. Some of the characteristics about the Dunlop Q5S is it has a stiff carbon sidewall. It is extremely lightweight. I think it's one of the lightest weight tires out there, which is perfect for me because I ride a low-powered CBR 1000. Great tire, grips the road. The only thing I would say though with this tire, you do get more miles out of it because it's a dual compound, but they've raised the price on it a lot, which is why I decided to move in a different direction and step away from Dunlops. Besides the price, awesome tire. Another thing I don't like about the new ones, the old Q3 Pluses, the wear bars, I felt like were more honest with you. When you reach the wear bars, the tire was done. On the Q5S, I feel like they moved the wear bars further back and down. And I feel like they kind of lie to you. They tell you that the tire is still good to go when it's kind of cooked. So I got 800 miles on this one, and I did hit this wear bar up here, but I am nowhere close to this side wear bar that you'll see here on the side of the tire. And I'm still a millimeter away from this middle wear bar right here. And it's a dual compound tire, so you would think this here would be the hard part of the rubber, right? I mainly just shredded on it, same with this one, but I didn't get close to these wear bars, and the tire already kind of got cooked. And what I mean by cooked is it started moving around. Nothing crazy. I'm used to the way these talk to you. I like to say they talk to you, because they no longer kind of hold that same line. They kind of step out from one direction to the next. But definitely felt like there was more tread left in the tire well before the tire went bad, or say bad. Now, a more experienced rider, they might be able to take it a little bit further. I like to play it safe with tires. Let's move over now to the SC3. This is a Supercorsa SC3 track day tire, single compound tire. I went this direction, like we mentioned, the primary reason, price, but also because this tire is offered in a bigger size. This tire is offered in a 260. The biggest the Q5S will go up to is a 190/55. For me, the bigger size was important because I use Pirelli slicks when I go to the racetrack, and I use a 265 Pirelli slick. So this is pretty close to what the slick tire that I would use on the track. So it gives me a similar handling and feel, which is why I went to it. Another reason was price. This 260 size tire was $270. The Q5 does offer a 260 size tire. Their single compound version of this tire does have a 260 tire size, but that's $358. I mean, that's huge. It's almost $100 more for the same size tire. And like I said before, I didn't like Dunlop single compound. I really like their dual compound. I've tried the single compound. And maybe, you know, when I have a little extra coin and I want to spoil myself, I'll try out the Q5 260 tire when I want to spend that much money. The SC, this is a phenomenal tire. Obviously it's softer, it feels softer. When you mount it to the rim, the rubber bends to your hand. But because it has a softer sidewall, it gives a plusher ride, but that does not necessarily mean you can up the PSI. I tried it out. First time I put it on, I was like, this is a nice soft tire. I'm gonna try 35 PSI to see if maybe that'll give me a little bit longer life with a single compound rubber. It didn't like it. It took a while to warm up. It slid around a little bit. It could be the break-in period. It could be the higher PSI. Came back home, dropped it down to 32, which is what I run the Dunlops at, and it liked it a lot better. Maybe it was past the break-in period. I don't know, but definitely felt better with 32 PSI. Another thing I really liked about this tire was the wear bars. The wear bars are pretty accurate. Here we have one up here, and then we have another one down here on the side. But these wear bars are generous to the tire. You can hit the wear bar and still have grip in the tire. Whereas this one, you're not even hitting the wear bar yet and the grip's running out. But this one, 800 miles. This one's 637 miles. So you can definitely tell that less miles, more wear, but the traction was still there. Even I was able to even wear completely away the tread mark, and I still felt like it gripped. It did start to slide and talk to me a little bit and say, you know, it's breaking loose, but it's still gripped. And I know guys that don't weigh 200 pounds like myself can push these tires even farther and get more miles out of them. I'm a scaredy cat, not gonna do that. I don't have full coverage insurance on my bike. My insurance are my tires. So I want tires that grip. They both hold a really good line. This one here is super precise. The line you make with it, it's like drawing a line with a mechanical pencil. It just perfect, precise. I mean, you can decide within millimeters, half a millimeters, where you're going. Right now, I'm trying the Corsa 4, and I'm not going to get too much into that because we're not reviewing that tire, but that is a dual compound Pirelli, and I can tell you that it is nowhere near, it's like drawing a line with a Sharpie. I mean, they both make lines, but this one here is, you can put the bike within a millimeter of where you want it. Cannot speak highly enough about this tire. Now, where I'm gonna move next after I'm done with those Corsa 4, because I'm not really a commuter. If I was a commuter, I'd stick with them. I'm not. I'm more of a canyon carver. I'm gonna try the Supercorsa V4 dual compound version of this tire. Same tread pattern, but it has dual compound. And you know what? If it lasts as long as this tire, I mean, that'll be great. I just need a little bit more life than 637 miles. You know, I love this tire, but changing your tires that often, probably not the most economical thing to do, even if it is a cheaper tire. So if I can get more life out of the V4, that's where I'm gonna go next. I might still revisit this if I'm gonna ride this tire on the track, and I might come back to the Dunlops if I have a little extra money in my pocket. But other than that, I mean, great tire, great price. You only get 100 and 70 less miles out of in this tire than this dual compound. Really can't speak highly enough about it. If you guys like these tire reviews, let us know. Like and subscribe. If not, we'll probably keep doing them anyway. But let us know regardless. Anyways, this is how I feel about these two tires. I know it's not an apple to apples comparison, but I'm really not a big fan of Dunlop single compound. Had bad experience with them. And I might, like I said, I might come back to it one day. But I got to get through the Supercorsa V4s first. Anyways, stay tuned.